Welcome back. I'm Mike Arredondo, Principal at Gonzales High School, and welcome to Happenings at Gonzales High. We've been doing a little number of vignettes about our hands-on programs at Gonzales High School, and today's guest is one of our ag teachers, Ms. Kelly Dawkins, and she's going to talk to us about that exciting program that has so many of our kids so involved. Tell us about the courses we offer in ag.
Oh my gosh, we offer 3 different pathways with I think 6 or 8 classes in them. So our first pathway we offer is ornamental horticulture. So you can start off in Art and History of Floral Design. That is a class that's available through 9th through 12th graders to take. It counts for fine art credit, so they learn the basics of like color theory and how to design certain arrangements. Then the next sequence would be taking the art and business of floral design, so kind of like advanced floral is what we call it. So once again, just kind of taking those same principles, going a little further, creating far more arrangements and whatnot. And then they hits the capstone course, which would be greenhouse management. That is a lab science class, mostly for juniors, seniors, mostly seniors. So that's our horticulture pathway. Then we have our ag mechanics pathway. We start off with Ag Mech 1, so learning the basics of how to be in the wood and metal shop, heavy on the wood stuff, as well as some other things like plumbing. And then you move on to Ag Mechanics 2 and Ag Mechanics 3, which would apply kind of those basic principles. You're doing a lot more project-based learning, definitely heavier on the welding, more time in the welding shop too. Mrs. Birmingham teaches that pathway. And then finally, we have our agri-science pathway. So the students can be enrolled in ag science classes all 4 years of high school and get their lab science credit for UC-approved courses. So the agri-science pathway starts off with sustainable ag biology for 9th graders, which currently Miss Rico, our new ag teacher, teaches. And then they can come to me for agri-science and chemistry. We call it soil chem. So that is primarily sophomores, sometimes a little bit of juniors, and they get their chemistry credit. And then finally, they would end with the capstone course of the Honors Agri-Science Systems Management course. It is the only honors class offered in science at our high school, so it's kind of an exciting thing to provide our students. That class covers pretty much every interdisciplinary subject in ag science, so everything from plant soil systems, animal systems, and then we hit food and food safety, really hard second semester. What's also great about our pathways is we offer certifications for students, so we usually use ICEV, so they're kind of like industry-backed certifications that our students can get. That way when they graduate, they have something to take with them besides just their high school diploma. They hopefully have some type of more like career-oriented certification to help them in whatever they decide to do with their future, become like better employment skills, if you will. Every ag class also has the opportunity to be an FFA member. So once you're in an ag class, you're an FFA member. We do a ton of different things throughout the years between FFA meetings and competitions and public speaking events and leadership conferences. So overall, it's just a really fun, busy, great program to be a part of.
Yes, it's very exciting. Last year, my first year here, I was really surprised and pleasantly surprised, especially when the floriculture students were selling their bouquets, and I think it was 5 or 6 different times during the year they would deliver a bouquet. My wife loved it. She said they were beautifully done. Really a lot of talent there.
Right. Yeah, Mr. Maraska has definitely built up the floral program for sure. So he'll sell annual subscriptions. There's only a certain amount that he can fulfill. So it's on the floral students to sell the subscription and then make sure their client gets their arrangements every month or so, every other month. But yeah, it's one of those like seeing the students actually do the arrangement. They're doing it in class. They're learning the skills to make bouquets or other floral arrangements and then giving it to their clients. So that's like the business component that comes into.
It's excellent. And like I said, my wife loved it. And then what we've enjoyed the last 2 years especially has been the county fairs. And both the Salinas Fair and the Monterey County Fair. We've gone and we've seen the students show their animals and have the auctions, and it's so impressive to see so many of our students having animals to show and sell. How many did we have this year?
For the Monterey County Fair, which was just last week and a half ago, we had a total of 30 students, unduplicated, raise their animals from June to August, so over the summer, and then go exhibit them at the fairgrounds. We had Maria Riviera place for novice swine showmanship, and then we had our senior Anthony Preciado. He won FFA novice beef showmanship. And then we had several students that were their weight class winners and whatnot. So we had a lot of successes, and it was a good time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun watching them. Not so much walking around and all the stuff that I stepped in. But it cleaned off. It was okay. And so it was great to watch the kids all in their FFA gear and just looking sharp and doing such a good job showing their animals and selling them. It's such a wonderful program, the ag program and the FFA component of the ag program. The four of you are doing a phenomenal job with our students, and it shows when they're on the fairs, when they're at the conferences.
Yeah.
They always stand out because you've done such a good job of preparing them. So what's in the future?
Oh my gosh. Hopefully, since we have an additional teacher, that means we have additional students now in our program. So hopefully there's a lot more student participation in things like fairs or the leadership conferences or competitions that FFA offers to develop those leadership skills. So hopefully we can recruit even more students to get even more involved. Maybe down the line, maybe add additional courses in, broaden our course selection so students have more options in what they'd like to take as far as ag classes go. So that's hopefully our big
push.
our big goal for the next year or two.
That's exciting. Well, we're really glad to have all four of you here. Like I said, you're all doing a wonderful job, and
Thank you.
thank you for sharing.
Of course.
All right.